Yo, what's up? This your boy Kid Ink. You about to check out my conversation with the Dana Cortez show. Ooh.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dana Cortez Show, and I want to welcome Mr. Kid Ink to the
Hey,
show.
What's good?
Yes,
welcome.
man, how are you doing? Are you in LA right now?
I am. It's hot. I'm on fire.
We need to be
So,
joining you because I said this before we started rolling the tape and everything, but it is freezing in this room. That's why I have this on. It's like I swear it feels like it's 40 degrees in here.
yeah.
Well, hot LA, and you got a hot song as well. Talk about party and the concept, and how in the world have you been able to make so many hits, hit after hit after hit?
Well, this record party, Rumor is a what I'm saying, his team is, what I'm saying, family, friends, good peoples of mine, and they've been trying to link us in the studio. And when we finally got the time, he just had, this record plan booked out for like a month. I went and pulled up, and we just vibed out, and it was actually the first session we ever did. We did a couple after that and got more records, what I'm saying, to come on the way. But that was the first session we ever did, the first song we ever did, and we didn't think too much of it at first because you don't want to put too much attention on the first one to say that's it. But
Right.
after doing like 5 records, we came back and was like, yeah, this is the one that has to come out first if it feels good. And I think it was more so figuring out at that time whose record it was gonna be, and what I'm saying, I cuffed it at that point. I was like, yo, this is mine.
You're like, I'm gonna
But
keep this one
when
for
we were in the
myself. You can use
studio,
this next one.
yeah, we got other ones, man. You could take on these, but when we were in the studio, the vibe was just, he had his producers in there, and they started creating this beat, and he works kind of just the same way I work, where you just run in the studio, freestyle, and
But
just let the
you just said
melodies come,
something
let
very
some of the words come,
you
and
just said
he
something interesting. You said the way you work. How does it come so easily to you? And I mean that. There's not many artists that have as many hits as you do. And I also feel, and I don't know if you feel the same way, that you're underrated. I mean, I really do. The amount of just hits that you
Platinum
have
hits. You got over 7
under your
platinum. Yeah.
belt, it's just
yeah.
incredible. Have you always been able to just make music like that?
I feel like I've always definitely had that gift. I didn't, what I'm saying, at first it was more so making beats and making music, and then I kind of, started being an artist, and I figured out how, I think at making the music and listening to so many samples and so much different music while I was making beats kind of opened my ear to so many different types of sounds and way to take music and approach different, what I'm saying, beats. And I think that kind of just helped me be able to go in the booth and just have fun with it and automatically know how to pick up the melodies and know exactly where to go, and just really I freestyle a lot of records as far as how not always the lyrics but the melodies, and how, what I'm saying, because I feel like if I can't sound good on it before I even start writing, then I
Right.
shouldn't even be messing with it. I don't want to force just my voice in itself and my sound and fight the record. So if I hear a melody off top, I'll just run it down. Sometimes I might not have words. I'll come back to it, have the words 6 months later, and then it'll be a single. And it, what I'm saying, I never rush too much stuff, but I definitely have fun with it. And I think it's, as far as the underrated, I definitely feel like it's some flowers I can get, or I don't have a lot
It's
of,
true.
like, I have the numbers, I have the plaques, but I don't feel like I get a lot of the just due, maybe always in the industry side of things, and
Why do you think that?
I
Why
don't
do you
have a
think
lot
that's
of
the
awards
case?
and stuff. Um, maybe I don't play the game, I guess, that that a lot
Mhm.
of people play, or rub the shoulder. I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself that question because I'm not someone who leans on it too much, but after a while, you do think like, how come I don't have that many nominations or awards, or didn't get any new artist looks, or just stuff like that? And I look back on it, and maybe there's things I could have done, but sometimes I feel like it's just, maybe not having the right team in place to handle those things, or just not really knowing, who I was supposed to be in cahoots with. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah.
No, but that's true. In every business, you kind of, I'm not saying you want to kiss ass or anything, but you have to know the right people. It's about networking, and it is about, making sure that the people that need to be rubbed the right way
Right.
get rubbed the right way. Do you feel like you got the right team behind you now?
Well, it wasn't even about having the right team. I want to say too. I think it was about doing so much on our own. So not
Mhm.
really having a lot of people in our pot, also, because it is a lot of artists out there and a lot of people who are doing things but are signed to like so many different labels or so many different things,
Right.
and so many different hands are in there, so they're able to reach different areas where, at first we were running it independent, and then still when we signed with the label, we were doing a lot of stuff just on that independent run on our own because they gave us that trust. And at the same time, I signed with RCA, and at that time they were more of a pop label, and
Right.
I don't think I was one of their brand new hip hop acts, and they didn't have a lot of hip hop acts, so I don't think they had a lot of reach as a lot of other
Gotcha.
labels did, to where if I would have signed to, at the time, like the people who were coming at me like Maybach or Bad Boy or different things like that, I'm sure that it would have played a little bit differently in some connections, or knowing how to get in that side of things, opposed to them trying to figure out how to run me and do their pop thing at the same time.
That
So
makes a lot of sense. And on the rap side, I know you've obviously have your big collaborations with the known characters like Chris Brown and them and the rest of them too. But now that you're saying this, and you were on a pop label and didn't have much access to these rappers, who are some rappers who you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
It's a lot of people that I worked with during like the mixtape and early days that I want to get back in with for sure. Like, Migos, we do one for
Yeah.
forever. And, me and Tiger always get one. I'm trying to think about who I want to work with. It's a lot of newer artists. Of course, I'm stumped right now when I sit and I think about
You're like,
who
who do I
listen
want
to
to
all
work
day long.
with?
Well, okay, so let me see. I need one with Roddy Rich. I mean,
Oh,
I
Roddy
want
Ricch,
to,
that'd be good.
yeah, I want to do something. I think Little TJ is dope.
What about female
Baby
artists?
Keem is
Is
dope.
any female artists come to mind? Female rappers?
I actually do listen to a lot of female rap. I love female rap. I need to get another one with Bia. Bia's smoking right
you're
now.
hot right
Man,
now.
she is on
Mulatto
fire
is
right now.
smoking. I definitely got something for city girls. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Oh my
that
gosh.
that
shit.
makes
I'm
sense
trying
for
to
you.
get
Yeah.
close. Yeah, but
I would love to hear Kidding City Girls song. You know they would go off.
oh
You
man,
know it would go off.
I got something
So
ready. So
I
we
know
gonna
you're
figure it
I,
out.
I know you're a dad and you're also a rapper. And for I'm a DJ and I'm also a dad. I want to know where you draw the line between dad life and rap life.
Well, I always, so like as far as like the crib, I have the back house studio,
Okay.
and the kids can't come back there. So that's definitely where I get
A
to
lot of stuff
separate.
going on in the back house,
Yeah,
huh?
I get to separate my lifestyle back there, and just, what I'm saying, have a whole back pool house, and just, what I'm saying, I created the studio in there, and I'm able to just, saying, separate when I need to really work. Because I remember having the studio in the crib, or just having people be able to access and knock on the door, and just my kids asking me for stuff in the middle of the, what I'm saying, recording or having a vibe.
Dad, will you give me some cookies?
I had to learn though how to, right, exactly. I had to learn how to just do it all day though. Like, I think I find all the times to write, or I'll be continuously writing throughout the day, or I know how to like remember that melody or that flow and keep picking it up. And I'll be sitting in the house or sitting having a conversation with somebody, but still be writing at the same time. And then they'll see this like daydream in my face for a half a second, and I'll be like, "Oh no, my bad. I had this little verse. I was trying to finish this little bar."
How do you remember all
bar.
those things? Do you write them down? Or do you like voice notes, or what do you do? Or just go lay it down?
Nah, I mean, I had to train myself, I think, to just be able to remember it, because it was always hard for me to write on paper. And I feel like I was always like get stumped and just look at the paper like it was like an essay, or like I'm starting a book. And I would just look at that one word and never know where to go next. And I felt myself more comfortable just being able to just have fun with it, and kind of go, section by section, writing it in my head at first. And then you learn how to, pick up and memorize a little bit more. And then from there, you could write a whole verse in the car, and as soon as I get home, I could lay that whole verse down just from having the beat on with me on the car. Now, there are certain times when I need voice notes for sure, because
Right.
Yeah.
still, I'm not gonna remember everything, and what I'm saying, it's like I'll have a phone full of voice notes, but sometimes I forget they're there, so I won't go back and check them. So it'll be like months come by, and I'll be like, "Oh, I forgot about this song
It's
that
like
I
finding a
demoed to this
$20
beat."
bill in your pants. It's like finding a $20 bill in your pants. Oh, it's like a little surprise.
Right, I'll go past the beat again and be like, "Wait, I wrote to this before," and then go back to my phone, be like, "There it is," and then continue what I was doing from there. So that's happened before a lot of
I
times.
feel like that's such a gift. Going back to for most people, that kind of recall isn't normal, right? That's probably why you make so many hits. And I kind of want to build on the question that DJ Automatic just asked. He's my husband. We're married. And so we work together every day, and he's a DJ, and I'm the lead of the show and whatnot. And I know you've been with your wife for a very long time. And if your marriage is anything like ours, it's not perfect.
No,
You go through
it's
your
a
ups and
marriage.
downs.
Right.
Bugging me today, as a matter of fact.
Whatever.
It's a
Anyway,
marriage.
we're having a
Yeah.
fight before we got on the camera. Okay, so how do you advise anyone who is just entering into a relationship to get through those ups and downs? Because it's not always up. There are those downs, and sometimes when you're down there, you feel like this is it. I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, how have you continued with this relationship for as long as you have? I mean, it's a successful marriage.
Yeah, no, I mean there are definitely ups and downs. It's a learning experience. I've never been married before, so you know what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah,
It's definitely
you're with her though, right? Yeah, I mean, practically.
right. So, but luckily, I was in a situation where I'm married to someone that I knew prior to first high school. We knew each other then, but we never dated. And then, once we caught back up in our later years in our 20s, and we started dating, it was she was very involved and into just what I was doing, going to the studio, just the lifestyle in general, and already having maybe, family members and people that are also involved. And just, she was already into it all. So I think just keeping her involved in a lot and everything has also been so helpful. Even like I even tell people like going to the strip club with my wife is the best thing,
Yeah.
and opposed to, and then we made it a thing where
Is
it's
it
like we
though?
go
Is it the
together.
best thing? I want to ask, like, does she enjoy it or does she do it for you?
No, she enjoys it too.
Yeah, I mean,
But I
Okay.
have
it's
to
just a
make sure.
party.
But I have to make sure
There's
Yeah,
just
she's
yeah,
some
yeah.
naked
enjoying
girls
herself.
there. It's not,
I don't mind, but we've had some women call and they don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm in this business. Every time a rapper comes to town, guess where we end up? The strip club.
Part of me want to be like, kidding. How did you convince her to go to the strip club with you? All men need to know this answer.
How did I convince her? She was down. We had a good time, had a good night, go to the club, had a good show, and then it's like, what's to do after the show? Oh man, it's a strip club open. It's about keeping the party going.
That's the only thing
But
open.
I think
it's like strip club or Denny's.
right. But even keeping her on tour, those type of things, it just help her being involved. Obviously, her seeing the lifestyle gave her more understanding of things I have to go through, so I'm not like getting in trouble for certain things as much, like if taking photos all day, because it's a lot of fans, it's a lot of things fans do that can get you in trouble. So being able to have her see things like that and just be involved and understand the lifestyle was definitely good for me and good for her and our relationship. And then we just have an understanding. We friends. I think we just talk. We keep it. I think even before marriage, just having that conversation of like after this, we still keeping it like the same. Some things get better. Of course, there's you're my wife now, so I have to give you a even higher, what I'm saying, level of respect and put you on a higher pedestal. But at the same time, our day to day is the same. It's what I'm saying, nothing's changed. I don't look for more from her than I did before we got married, and she doesn't look for crazy more from me. It's like we keep it balanced.
You said something very interesting though, and we've had this conversation. It is different living with someone and then calling someone your wife. You just said that.
It is, but I think at the same time, the one thing that I took from that is she's my best friend,
Oh my gosh.
and that's the most important thing. She
Yeah,
has
like
to be your best friend.
we like to do all the same stuff, watch, what I'm saying, the same type of stuff, TV, music, whatever the case may be, rolling up, and everything is all. I think we're all into the same stuff, so it's easy for us to be for and I'm understanding. I'm into I got of course got to open up, and I'm into stuff. She introduces me to different things, of course, that I'm not used to, so I'm opening up to stuff like facials and
Pedicures?
pedicure. I
I'll
still
take my
haven't,
man to get a
I've
pedicure,
still been
manicure.
fighting the pedicure thing for forever.
Look at this man's skin glowing. Where you think that comes
I'm
from?
on her
Me.
skin regimen now.
I'm on the skin regimen. She taught me how to take care of my hair. Like
You gotta
I
do
feel like I was
it.
taking care of my hair for the wrong way for like 25 years.
Oh. So,
Oh my
so
god.
this week is SummerSlam, and I saw that you had performed on WrestleMania.
Oh, man.
WrestleMania, we've been able to go to a couple of huge WWE experiences, events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about performing at WrestleMania. What was that like? Because I know from me being at like the different wrestling events, that energy is unreal. And then you had Travis Barker with you, which
Oh
just
yeah.
takes energy to another level.
Right. No, that was probably one of the best times of my life. To be honest, that was like childhood dream work because I was been a wrestling fan since I was in junior high school, and to be able to not. I think I lucked up too because I could have performed at any WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? But this one just happened to also be like the same weekend as like the Hall of Fame ceremony. So
Oh,
all of the Hall of Famers were at
Oh,
WrestleMania and at these
yeah.
different events for that weekend. So when I went to go backstage to do the to just eat lunch at the little catering area, everybody I've ever known from wrestling was
it
back
was
there
like a
eating with
childhood
me.
dream
You
come
were like a
true.
little kid, right?
Yeah, right, because it was like the new wrestlers, the super old wrestlers that, you know what I'm saying, my pops was telling me about. Like, I just, everybody was in there, and I'm just trying to think, like, what table am I sitting at? Who do I want to sit next to and talk to? But the way they was eating was like wrestlers. Yo,
They were eating like wrestlers.
my
Okay, wait,
plate,
look.
I brought
You
my little
talked about
baby
performing.
plate.
We all just saw Bad Bunny actually fight. Would you be willing to get into the ring like Bad Bunny did?
Oh yeah, I'm out here. I'm working out. I got the physique. I've been doing boxing. I'm sure I could get some wrestling. I do a little UFC training here and there. I
That
could
would
get
be
some
so
boxing
amazing
in.
to
I
see
mean
you do that.
some wrestling. I hop on the ring, do some
I
bouncing.
not to dive too much into it, but I think Kidding might be the most in shape rapper in the
He
game.
probably
To
is.
be honest with you,
Yeah, I don't think
and
nobody touching me. You know, it's a lot of fake abs out there. I see. It's a lot of people that, you know, they work out and they help, but I don't think nobody got their wind up like me. I be training. I honestly had to ask myself the other day, like, yo, what am I training for? Like, I'm not in the Olympics, yo. I gotta slow it down. I was
You're
doing
like,
like
chill out a little.
5
Maybe
days
it's
a
good for
week,
you.
every
on the
morning.
on the topic of you working out, I know again I see you working out in Raiders shorts. Are you a Raiders fan, or is that just for the look?
You know what? I am a default Raiders fan for the fact that they've been the LA Raiders. Not, I'm not a Raiders current fan. My football team has always been the Niners because that's the team that I was introduced to when I was a kid in football, and my mom's team, and I've always been a 49ers fan. But
You
LA
just broke
default,
Anthony's
You
heart.
broke his heart.
Yeah,
He's over. It's
yeah. I
over.
thought we were really broing down a little bit. We're
you
talking
know,
wrestling and all this stuff, and
I
good
definitely,
Triple H.
you know, was you know, if they came back to LA, I would be default again. I was waiting for them to come back to LA. I was like, all right, if they come back to LA, I'm switching
It's
teams.
never gonna happen. Just embrace the Niners, man. It's over.
I'm
It's
switching
Oh,
teams
over.
because I can't even switch to the Rams right now. It's like I gotta just keep it. I
Hey,
gotta keep it Niners.
I want to thank you for your time. I know you're busy. I want to congratulate you not only on the success of your beautiful family and everything you're doing,
Thank
but
you
your
so much.
music. I just think, like I said, you are underrated. I want you to get those flowers, and I just think you got a hit on your hands. We all agree. It's just an
Yes,
another
amazing
one.
song. Another one, man.
this one party featuring Rumor is a smash. This is my summer radio single, but I have so much music I can't wait to start getting out. I know I wanted to have a certain type of rollout and do things in a little order, but now it's about to start getting popping, and I'm excited about it. So it's gonna get running. We got this video dropping soon, so I'm really excited about how things is about to run for the rest of the year. I think the summer about to extend too. I think, especially with all the COVID stuff going on and
People
summer
need it.
starting
They
kind of
want to be
late.
happy. We need that
Yeah.
hyped up music. We need that party mode.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
think if we keep making summer music throughout the fall, we'll just keep the whole thing going.
Just keep going. Just keep the party going. Keep the party
That's the
going.
plan for me. I'm just gonna
All right,
keep it
next time
going.
you're in town, I want to invite you out. We'll have some. We like to go out and taste different food around the city,
Oh, that's what
tacos,
I
get
love
some
to
good
do.
tacos or something, and come through and we'd love to meet.
That's what I love to do. I work out a lot because I'm fat in the inside of my brain. And here I have fat thoughts all day.
All right, until we meet again in person. Thank you so much.
All right, bye.